Good evening, everyone. My name is Abhay Kumar, and I am one of the founder directors of Institute of Real Estate and Finance. Our focus is to create next generation real estate leaders. Okay, so what is the present Maharera? So when I'm talking about Maharera, let me tell you, I'm also talking about entire RERA. Okay, so what point I'm going to talk about is same for all the states. Okay, so when I say about RERA, so RERA is a national law implemented through states. Why RERA has a state orientation? Why it didn't work like income tax? Like income tax is central. Okay, why not RERA has become a central act rather than become a state act? The land is state rule. First is this, okay, and second is it's very, very complex to handle this kind of enormous law, because in a state, let me tell you, in Maharashtra, if you are in Mumbai, if you are in Nagpur, or if you are 200 kilometers away from Nagpur in a jungle, RERA is applicable. RERA is applicable in every inch of your state. So if you are making a house, if you're making a building anywhere in the state, the RERA law will be implemented. The first thing is this. So in Tamil Nadu, anywhere you construct in Tamil Nadu, on the hill, on the river, wherever, RERA is applicable. Okay. So what are the projects which is under RERA and what are the project which is not under RERA? Let me understand. Let me tell you that. So under RERA, all the commercial, residential, plotting, all the projects will come under RERA. Understand this. If you're doing commercial, if you're doing residential, if you're doing any activity where you selling a unit, a plot will come under Maharera. Except lots of people sell farmlands. Now farmlands, okay, or shetkari ki jagah or krisi ki jagah, that is not into Maharera or any RERA, because that is for agriculture. So agriculture land is not part of Maharera. So if somebody is selling agriculture, they don't have to actually register it. Okay, but it is illegal. So if you have to sell a plot, you have to convert it to non-agriculture land, get into RERA, and then you do it. Now, what are the conditions? First condition is that if the project or the land is more than 500 square meters, then only you have to register in RERA. Okay, 500 square meters is approximately 5,000 square foot, roughly I'm talking about. So if you have a land more than 500 square meters, then only you have to go for RERA. Agriculture land, farmhouse land is not into Maharera. Agriculture land is not part of Maharera. Actually, it is illegal. So if you're selling a farmhouse land, then you have to, if you're converting it non-agriculture land and then you selling as a plotting, legal plotting, then you have to get into RERA. You have to convert the agriculture land into non-agriculture land, make a plot, take a approval, and then go for selling. Okay, so 500 square meter. Second, if all the buildings, okay, so if your land is more than 500 square meter, you have to go for RERA first. Second, if the total flats is more than 8, okay, then you have to go for RERA. Second thing, I'll just give you an example. Suppose you have a property which is 400 square meter and have 9 flats. Can you tell me whether you will go to the RERA or not? 400 square meter of land, 9 flats. Yes, you have to register. So the case is, either or. Means if you have 500 square, more than 500 square meter, you have to register. Or if you have more than 8 flats, you have to register. Okay, so either cases matches, you have to go for registration. Second, in case previously, when the RERA got implemented, there was a case that if you got a completion certificate, then you don't need to register for RERA. Okay, but currently, even if you got a completion certificate, it is advisable to go for RERA. I will tell you why. Previously in 2017, people who got completion certificate, they didn't have to register with RERA. That was one thing. The second part is this. Fourth part, if you're doing any redevelopment, and if the redevelopment do not involve any selling of the property, any advertisement, okay, then you don't have to go to RERA. But if you're doing a housing society, okay, a redevelopment where 50% is given to the landowners or the property owners and 50% you need to sell it, then you have to go for RERA. Anywhere you have to sell to a third party, you have to go to RERA. Any NA plots, you have to register. RERA is compulsory. Any NA plot, you are selling it more than 500 square meter, you have to do a RERA registration. So more than 500 square meter, more than 8 flats, no completion certificate. Okay, if you're doing any redevelopment for sale, then you have to do RERA. Okay. See, technically, if you have a completion certificate, okay, and after you sell it, technically after completion certificate, you don't require RERA, but it is advisable. You have to have a RERA because let me tell you, now in Maharashtra, even if you don't have a RERA number, customer can put a complaint against you. So irrespective of you don't have a RERA number or NERA number, customer can go and put a case against you. So a RERA number will at least make sure that customer has a more trust. So in today's world, even if you've completed your project, you have completion certificate, customer will ask you or they will ask you, do you have a RERA number? And if you try to tell them that I have a completion certificate, I don't want a RERA number, they will take it otherwise. Because now RERA number is a hallmark of security.